halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
On 2nd and 9, Powell.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Powell throwing on 3rd down here.
And that is incomplete.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas.
And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
It's Howell with another throw.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas, let's keep it going.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Powell.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the Sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
After the sack on 1st down, Powell. He's got the hook up to Lazard.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
They'll go play action. Howell.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
The kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They start the drive with Cook. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Back to throw, Howell.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far. And they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got some space here. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Commanders 3, Vikings 0.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Cook again. 41 yards on the ground for him so far. The Vikings at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Bridgewater's throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Cook now off the read option.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Another try after the first down sack.
Howell. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell.
Slings this deep from McLaurin.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They go play action. Bridgewater.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Bridgewater on first down. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown!
Justin Jefferson.
His second touchdown on the season as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now throwing on first down here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room. It translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in.
Touchdown, Washington.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. You're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
A second down throw for Bridgewater.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 82 yards.
And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
But not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They can certainly use. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his 1st, and it's 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Going up top. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Bridgewater. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Commanders 17.
Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. One last shot before the break. Howell
A man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Bridgewater. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He's going to wind up and air it out. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, if nothing else, some signs of life here, Charles, because you're facing the big deficit, but at least they were able to prevent 3 more from getting on the board there with a nice block.
And that's how they're comforting themselves on the sidelines right now, because they certainly didn't execute well on that play at all. Bottom line, exactly what you said. They didn't need the 3, but they sure don't like giving up a block. They'll have something to work on as they get into practice next week.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Howell throwing on third down here.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a big 32-yard play on third.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Second down, Howell back to pass.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
It is big for the first down, coming up short as he's tackled at the 25.
Fourth down, Howell. Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. And he is going to have a Washington first down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on fourth.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. And once more, Howell back to the air. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Gibson.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal.
Out of the gun, it's Howell.
Eluding the pressure right. Toward the pylon, caught. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
Gibson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Commanders 24.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. From the gun, it's again to Cook.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They never went crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Commanders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st down, Howell to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Give to Cook out of the gun.
82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. He got 29 yards that time.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Commanders 24.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Powell, another throw on 2nd down.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Now, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Bridgewater.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick-6 from earlier in this game.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. The slot man in motion right. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Daron Payne able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And some room to work. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 101 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Bridgewater now from the 50. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not. And that's caught inside the 30.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Howell. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Howell. That's out wide here for Robinson. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Second down, Howell now. This is caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And the kick is good, but obviously it won't matter as they're going to go down in defeat here. This one's over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Minnesota, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll have another home date